This is the Sterling Europa Classic 500 ES Caravan. It's a 4-berth with an end bathroom, made in 1996. The reason I'm making this video is I can show you everything that comes with it. I can show you all the accessories. I can show you any dints or marks that's in the bodywork. It's got a Mortar Mover fitted, so I can show you how to operate the Mortar Mover. I'll put the awning up and I'll show you the awning. So here we are. It's coming with a max view sat-nav system, but I can't find the bracket at the minute that attaches the dish to the tripod. Loads and loads of equipment's coming with it. You have a sat finder. You've got the box, the remote, various leads and things. Got the bag for the dish, box for the tripod, external satellite connectors, another brand new satellite finder. This box is a digital satellite receiver box, free to wear. All this equipment, all this gear for the sat system is coming with the van. It's got the Elco Hitch Lock for anti-sway, anti-snake, and to operate this, you drop it on the back of your car. That'll click down. You wind this in until it clicks. You go click, 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 and then you press this handle down, and it's locked this whole mechanism into place. New snatch wire on it. The handbrake's good. All the brakes work on the Caravan, no problem. Under this cover, this front cover, there's various bits and pieces. It's coming with a spare wheel, a gas bottle with a little bit of gas in it, but there's not a lot in it. Regulator, extra TV aerials for outside for that can be hooked up with the Vision Plus box. Caravan levelers. There's a wheel brace in there. There's another tripod here, another set of bars for another aerial that you might want to fit. Condition of this Caravan outside is not bad at all. There's a slight crack here, but this Caravan's dry inside, it doesn't let water in. All these locks work. I've got 2 sets of keys for the Caravan. This lock works, that lock works. Pretty good across the front. A slight crack here, but like I say, that's external to the Caravan, no water leaks in. It'll be coming with all the accessories. So what you'll have is, you'll have the corner steady leg winder, spare wheel, gas bottle, regulator, levelling ramps, external TV aerials, aqua roll freshwater container with its handle for when you want to roll it to take this to a tap to fill it up. It's got the whale pump, it's got the Mortar Mover, as I say. And this Mortar Mover, I'm going to show you how to operate this, and that the actual Mortar Mover works. This is the tool for moving the Mortar Mover motors onto the tyre. I'll show you how to do that after. It's got a good wheel clamp that's coming with it. You've got the Wastemaster wastewater container. This side's pretty good. There's 1 or 2 little dings in it, which I'll show you now. There's a little ding here, one there, a very small one up here, there, and then there's a slight one at the top there, which is much of nothing, but I want to point it all out because you need to know the condition of this Caravan, and that'll give you chance to make an informed decision as to whether this Caravan is suitable for you. Behind this door is the Thetford cassette toilet. This lock works. 2 sets of keys, and what you do with this is the bottom cassette. Now this is the part where the waste from the inside toilet goes into, and to remove this you just press that down, that yellow flap, pull this cassette out all the way so it comes all the way out, to take it to a suitable drain for draining and cleaning. And the way you do that is you screw this cap off, tip your waste down a drain, put some water in it, cap back on, give it a good old shake, back down the drain, then put a couple of litres of water in and the blue fluid which is also coming with this Caravan. Then that's all good to go. The top one is for the toilet flush, and this has the pink fluid in it, and all you do with this is unfasten this cap, pour some pink fluid in, and then fill this with water, and I think it holds about 15 litres. They're quite large, and there's even instructions on the back of the door here. That's a Thetford cassette. We'll have a look across the back. It's very good across the back. None of these corners are damaged. There's a slight crack in here. Slight crack in here, but this doesn't let water into the Caravan, as this is like a separate fit-on bit. Good on this corner. All these backlights work, indicators, brake lights, etc. Nice and level across the back. It's in very, very good condition down this side, although there are 1 or 2 little dings in this, and I'll point it all out to you. I've got the light above the door. The light works. It's the stable door, so you can have the top open and the bottom shut, should you wish. There's a little ding here, there, a very tiny one down the bottom here, there. A bit tight up to the fence here. I hope you can see all this. A little one here, and a tiny one above the window. Bit of one there. Little one here. Little one there. And a little one here. So it's fairly tidy, this Caravan. All the tyres are good. The Caravan brakes work fine, as does the handbrake. All the external lights work. And the way to date a Caravan, this is a 1996, but it's coming with loads and loads of manuals for the fridge, the cooker, the freezer, etc. And also the original council certificate, which shows the date in there, which is 1996. And the way to date a Caravan, if you count this is the CRIS number. This is also the chassis number for the Caravan. And if you count the 10th digit in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That 10th one is a T. And if you remember the old registration system on cars where it was A, B, C, D, etc., T donates 1996. But like I say, I've got all the paperwork. It's not CRS registered at the moment, but I've got like all the original documentation and things like this, and I'll show you that inside when we go and have a look in. A Caravan step. It's coming also with a Caravan step, and this step, this bottom section folds up into this bit to make it smaller for storage. So this is the outside of the Caravan then. Now what I'm going to do, I'll just talk to you about lengths and weights and one thing and another. and then what I'll do, I'll operate the Mortar Mover. I'll show you how to use it and that it works. It's also coming with an awning, a full awning, so I'll put the awning up, and you can see the awning, and then we'll take a look inside. So there you go, you've seen it externally now. TV aerial on the roof. I forgot to show you behind this hatch. This is where the leisure battery is and the hookup for the 240 volt, and it is coming with a hookup lead. The hookup lead wraps around this coil here, and the hookup lead is about 40 feet long. So behind this cover is the leisure battery. There's a leisure battery, it's the bigger one, and it copes very, very well with the Mortar Mover, and it's a good battery. And here is where your 240 volt hookup lead goes in. This caravan is approximately 9 feet high, and I've calculated that I've measured that from the very tip of the aerial to the ground. It's 9 feet. It's 7'2" wide, and internally from the rear window to the front window, that internal length is 16 feet 7 inch, and from the very back of the caravan to the very front of the towing eye, the caravan is 21 feet and 4 inch. The unladen weight of this caravan is 915 kilograms, and it can max out, it cannot exceed, when it's fully laden, 1,250 kilograms. Now, to tow this caravan legally, your towing vehicle must have a minimum, absolute minimum weight of 1,316 kilograms. That's so you can tow, and that'll give you a 95% match. Anything under that weight, you'll be towing this caravan illegally. Very important information for you. And to find out the curb weight of your car or your towing vehicle, you can look in the logbook and it'll tell you in there. So that's important. Your towing vehicle must not weigh anything less than 1,316 kilograms. Right, I'll show you the Mortar Mover next. The caravan's got a Mortar Mover fitted. It's a Truma Mortar Mover, and it's remote, and this is a remote for it, and I'm going to show you how to operate this in a second. This tool here is for, it goes on the end of here, and you turn it 180 degrees and it shoves the motors against the wheels on both sides, and you can do this from either side. So this goes on the end of here, like that. Just push the bar up 180 degrees, and it locks it in place there against the tyre on both sides. Take this off. This remote turns on at the side, on here. Just click it up. Oops. Click it up. You'll have heard that clicking. It's now found the box for the controls. So it's simply forward and back, and you can slew it left and right with either of these controls here. So I'll just show it working. Or make sure your handbrake's off. So here we go. Try again. So move the caravan to me. Like this. Go back. And these you can just slew it left and right, like this. Using either side. Really handy for when you're in a tight spot or you're not very good at reversing or something like that. So So that's a Mortar Mover, you've seen it working. So don't forget, once you've got it positioned where you want it, put the handbrake back on, and then disengage the motors. If you don't disengage it and you tow in the Caravan, it'll destroy the motors and shred your Caravan tyres. Oops, there we go, disengaged. So they're both off at either side now, so that's nice and freewheeling. And that's your Mortar Mover with remote. This is a porch awning that's coming with the van. There's also a full awning which I'll put up after I've shown you this one. This is a Romany Porch 300 fire retardant. It's 8 foot wide, 10 foot long, and from there to there it's 5.5 feet, rising to about 8 feet at the back of the Caravan. This front door comes completely out, and this door and the door at the other end zip up and flap back to the Caravan. We'll go and have a look inside. So this side door unzips at the bottom, across the top, and flaps back like we said before, as does this end door. This is inside, so it has a framework above. And a centre bar across that extends, and the rest of it is external framework. It has zip down curtains like this at these two windows and also on the doors, and it has its own, that's its own bag for the awning, and these two bags here are just for poles, so the main poles will be in this bag anyway. So that's the awning, and it also has a Caravan skirt. I've not pulled it fully across, but it extends fully across, and it has had a repair there. Now the full awning I'm going to put up next also has a skirt, which I'll show you, which goes the full length of the Caravan, and we'll do that one next. And there it is. I've just unzipped the front door and I've rolled it down. Actually it does zip out, but I've just rolled it down to show you what it's like. That door's zipped back and that one zips back, and you've got a gazebo. So next I'll put up the full awning. This is the awning that's coming with the van. It's a Suncamp Prestige, and it's across the front it's 16 feet, down the sides it's 8.5 feet, and from the bottom to the top there 7 feet to about 8 feet inside. This end door comes off, as do these two front ones, and the door round the far end, they all come off, and you can turn it into a gazebo. And what I'll do, I'll show you that after, but we'll take a look inside. Inside the awning there's a ground sheet. It has a ground sheet, also the Caravan skirt to stop drafts from coming under the Caravan. It has the bag for the awning, the bag for the poles, loads and loads of pegs for pegging down the awning, and this bag here is for the ground sheet, and it's a simple clip together pole system, and I'll video these poles so whoever gets a Caravan next gets an idea of what kind of order they go in. They are colour coded to an extent. You'll see this flips up and it extends the bar to get the tension on the roofs. So you've got black to black to black, 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 black. You see how these go? Extending bars down the rear and the front. Clip two poles at the top. These are 2 poles. You've got the one across the top, that's 2 poles, and an extender there. The clips, so all these poles are the same, they're all extending poles. Then you've got white to white to white. This is a joining pole. This is 2 poles and then the extender there at the bottom as well. Then you've got red tape. Red tape on the corners so you know which pole goes where. Same again, these are extenders. And same across this side. And then you've 2 across the roof. So same again, extending, so this end extends out. And you've got a join here. So it's 2 poles with an extender, and you undo this butterfly. This bit opens up, which you'll be able to clip onto the bar, and this pole is exactly the same across the roof as well. It's a good awning, there's no rips or tears in it, and all the zips are good. Oh, and this fire's coming with it. That's an electric 240 volt fire that's coming with it, because the gas fire doesn't work in the van, neither does the hot air blown air system. So there you have it, that's the awning. The awning with the skirt, ground sheet, and big bag for the awning, long bag for the poles, pegs, and the bag for the ground sheet. So there you have it, that's the awning, and we'll take a look inside next. Sorry, just before we take a look inside, this is the awning now made into a gazebo. Just take the doors off so it gives you an idea of what that's like. Now we'll take a look inside. So as you come into the caravan, you have a light above the door. This works. You've got the main control switch for the 12 volt lights. You can turn them on and off with this, but also each light has its own on and off switch. Down the front, this is the seating area. Now you can have this in a couple of configurations. You can have it, you can sleep on this side or on this side, or you can remove this cupboard and turn this whole area into a double bed, and I'll show you how to set that up in a minute. In here we have all the manuals for all the appliances. It just goes on and on and on. There's stuff everywhere. Owner's handbook, National Caravan Council certificate showing it was made in 1996, oven and grill. There's instructions in here for the awnings. There's some instructions somewhere for the digital satellite system, fan masters, owner's handbook, just general information on the appliances, etc. The mover, the Caravan Mortar Mover, cascade water heater, on and on and on. Loads of info there. So that's the front area. We've got the storage units above. This is a glass fronted one. I'll just show you that it's dry in here. There's no leaks into this van, there's no damp, the floors are solid. I need to show you everything and then you know what you're looking at. These are the 2 40 volt lights, these are both working. Shelf above. Cupboards to this side. All dry in here. Cupboard with a shelf. Next to this and above the work surface is a control panel. This is for the water pump. When you're pumping water you have this switched on. This is the control for the hot water on the gas, and it works on the gas. You just click this switch on and that green light lights up, but I know this gas bottle's fairly empty, so it probably won't stay on. This is to charge when you're on the 240 volt hookup. This is to charge the leisure battery. This control to this side is a rocker switch. So when it's in the central position, the power's off. When you're towing with the car, put the you've got the black lead and the grey lead that go into the back of your car. When you plug the grey lead in and click that onto car, that will also charge the leisure battery. When you're using the van on the 12 volt system, flick that down and everything that should run on the 12 volt system does. A bank of fuses below, and then you've got your main fuse box here. This is for this fuse here is the charger, the heater, the lights and the fridge. This one is for the 240 volt plug sockets. This one is for the fan master, which unfortunately doesn't work. It'll blow air, but it won't heat up. Below that is a 240 volt plug socket, and then below that is a TV aerial jack and a plug for a 12 volt TV. More cupboards above, all dry. We're above the sink here now. Another cupboard. To the left is plates. These are the, I forget the name, it begins with them, they're like plastic plates. All these are coming with it. Some bowls, a cup behind, several large plates and small plates. Back over here and below. The gas fire doesn't work, but there will be an electric heater coming with it anyway, so you can get your heat that way. Drawers above the gas fire, various bits and pieces. There's a new breakaway cable there which I'm going to fit. Above that, knives, forks and things, all coming with the van. Next to the fire you've got the fridge. The fridge works on the 240 okay. The freezer box gets very cold and the fridge goes down to temperature. The fridge also works on the gas. It works on the gas, it works on the 240, but this switch at the side is the 12 volt system, and I don't think it works on that. I'll show you in the fridge. Shelves in the door, racks in the bottom, freezer box at the top with an ice cube maker. As I say, this fridge works on the gas and on the 240 volt hookup. And then you come to the cooker. It has a glass lid. This cooker works fine. All these gas rings work. Below the hob, you have the grill. The grill works, and there's a grill pan in there. Below that is the oven, and the oven works. A decent oven. And then right at the bottom there's a little storage area, and in here is the gas tap isolator switches for all the appliances. Then opposite the cooker and the fridge and the fire, you've got the dinette. Now this makes up into a double bed, and then it has a curtain that pulls around onto this rail to make this area private from the rest of the van. I'll set that up and show you that after. More cupboard space above the dinette. Kettle. Drying there. More cupboard space. Drying there. Clock, but it needs a battery. I'll put one in it and then it's working. A couple of shelves below. Another cupboard above here. All dry. The TV on the aerial isn't wired in, but you have the Freeview boxes. Oh, and if you take your Sky box, you can get Sky through that digital aerial system that I showed you outside, and it all plugs into here. So you'd have your TV on here. You set up your aerials outside, either your normal aerials or your satellite finding aerial, either or both. There's the remote for the Mortar Mover that I've already showed you. I'll pop this up on this shelf and then we don't lose it. Then at the back you've got the bathroom, you've got the shower room, toilet, sink and wardrobe. And this door closes like this, so that it makes that whole area private, so you can get changed in there, shower in there, etc, etc. So as you come in here, straight in front of you is a wardrobe. It has a drawer above, all dry in there. So you have 2 shelves above, a clothes hanging rail, a shelf there, and then another bit of storage area underneath. To the left of that you've got the Thetford toilet cassette. This little control is an indicator, so the cassette that I showed you on the outside that I pulled out, when that begins to fill, this will turn red. It'll rotate round and turn red, so that you know that it's time then to empty it. And you flush this toilet with this control, and all you do is move it like this. It gives you a flush. This control here opens a gate in the bottom, so you turn this and that gate opens. So when you're using the toilet, have that open, do whatever you're doing, give it a flush and then close the gate again. And just a little tip, if you give it a little extra flush, what it'll do, it'll leave liquid on top of the gate, because there's a rubber seal in there and it keeps the seal fresh, stops it from going hard. Opposite the toilet is is a light above, two mirrored sides. You have the sink, plug socket, tap, shower, spout and taps, and all these work. That's the hot tap, and this water gets very hot in here. Cold tap. So opposite this is the shower room. Got a good shower base. You've got the taps here. You've got the shower head that fits onto there. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put it at the bottom of there. I'll turn these taps on so you can see that these work. Cold water, hot water. These are clean out in here. All them taps work, and the water system in this van works off the 240 volt OK, and the water gets very hot, and it also works on the gas and gets very hot. So if you can put up with the fact that the fire doesn't work, but there's a little radiator that comes with it, and the fan master's not working, that's the two problems in this area, but everything else works. This shower room has a light above and a door that comes across. It just concertinas open like this and you pull it to. There is, however, a crack in it. There's a crack here, and down in the bottom there's actually a little hole, and it's been cracked there, and this is because the water butts have been left in the shower room and they roll about and they do damage. Don't know whether that would sway you from buying it or not, but you need to know the exact condition of this Caravan. The door just falls back against this wall and you clip it to like this. So So what I'll do next, I'll make up this double bed, I can show you that, and then I'll also make up these bunk beds here. On top of these drawers there's a pull-out table, so you get hold of this, slide it forward like this, and then flip this other lid back, and that gives you a table there for in the front. There's also another table with this fan that's in a locker in the back. I'll show you it after. Just before we get to making the beds, I didn't show you the sink. So it has a lid that covers it like this. Flip the lid back, stand it up there. It has a swivel spout, and this is the hot tap. And this is the cold tap. Make sure that works. And to all these windows, I've got the fly nets down at the minute, to all the windows apart from the caravan door, which only has a blackout blind, but all the windows in the van have fly nets and they all work, and every window has a blackout blind and all those work, blackout blinds like this. So all the blackout blinds work and the curtains are good. The upholstery is good in here, the floor's good. And now I'll get round to making them beds up. So the drawers that were there, they just lift out, and I've just propped them on top of here for the minute, out of the way, and then you get hold of this here, and you pull the bed base out like this, and then just rearrange the cushions like this, and this gives you a nice big spacious double bed. Sleep, usually sleep that way across, but it's entirely up to yourself. So now I'll do the bunks. Here's the bunks made up. The table that was stood here, it has a pole that fits underneath and into a fitting on the floor. You slide it off the pole and take the pole out, and then the top of the table makes the base of the bottom bunk. And on here you have a little piece to prevent people from rolling out. So that's the bunks made up there. Then you come to this curtain here, pull it across, it's across on this rail. In there you've also got a light there, a spotlight there, and I put the blackout blind down. You've got to have the curtains across. So the curtain goes across like this, and then this area becomes private from the rest of the van, like that. So there's the bunks. Oh, and I did want to mention, I showed you the table at the front. There's also another table in here, behind this door here. There's another table. This is the big main table. You could have this stood in the van if you wanted, or even outside in the awning, and it just simply the legs concertina down, like crisscrossed. So that's another little table that I forgot to tell you about. So there you have it. You've seen the outside, you've seen the Mortar Mover, you've seen the awning, you've seen the inside, you've seen all the accessories. You've got the dish for finding satellite dish, and all the accessories. You've got water butt, wastewater, freshwater butt, wastewater butt, hookup lead, leg winder, spare wheel, gas bottle, which is now empty, because I was checking the cooker and everything prior to videoing, and they all work, but the gas eventually ran out, so the gas bottle is actually empty. The van's dry, don't leak water in, the floors are solid, fly nets and blinds all the windows. Oh, and also I could deliver this caravan if you wanted. £1 a mile, postcode to postcode, one way. That might assist you if you, if for say example your car hasn't got a tow bar on or whatever. So that's it really. I don't think there's much more I can say. If you can put up with the fact that the fire doesn't work and the blown heating doesn't work, and that there's this shower door has that hole in it. It's not glass, isn't this door? It's perspex. A perspex door. It's got that little hole in the bottom there. There, that one there, and that crack, and a bit of a crack up here. So you can decide whether this caravan's for you or not. You've got all the information, you've seen everything that I can show you about it, tell you about it. So that's about it. And there's actually a little leveller here, and as you can see, I'm absolutely useless at levelling a caravan. Anyway, okay. Right, well, thank you for taking the time to look at this listing. If you need to contact me, you can either message me through eBay, message me through wherever you see the advert, but I will have my phone number on. Now, I'm not at my computer all day, so if you want to ring me or text me, if you'd like to come and have a look, because viewing is advised, to avoid any disappointments. Well, there you go, that's it. Okay, bye for now.